Chosen one. You passed every exam. Victory is yours. This is more than simply a word of encouragement. This is the heavenly confirmation. You did not just survive what others were unable to endure. You overcome it gracefully. Life put you through invisible wars, emotional storms, periods of quiet and lonely testing designed to break you. However, you did not fold. You did not give up. Instead, you became stronger, smarter, and more powerful. You are now entering the season of triumph. Before we proceed any further, please watch the whole video. There is something strong here for your spirit, and please leave your fondest wishes in the comments. Don't forget to write 777 as a strong symbol that your energy is in sync with the message. That simple act releases energy, activates the flow of manifestation, and communicates to the universe that you are ready. Prepare for your harvest. Get ready to win. Prepare for your win. Now choose one. Like this video. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. Let we begin. This moment is not a coincidence. There is a holy reason why you have been experiencing an inner upheaval. You've had a sense that something is on the verge of a breakthrough, change, or a reward. And sure, you are correct. You have passed every unseen test put at you. When people turned their backs, treachery knocked, and doors closed, and you still stood strong. That was an exam in which everything appeared to go apart. But you chose faith over fear. It was a test, and suddenly the quiet of heaven became deafening. But you did not give up on your goal. That was a test too. You passed them all, and suddenly something wonderful is developing. The world of heavenly recompense has been opened to you, not just due of your hard work, but also because of your obedience, patience, and perseverance. You did not let grief harden your heart. You did not let disappointment undermine your faith. You did not let rejection quiet your voice. You kept turning up. You continued to believe. You remained committed to your purpose, even when it made no sense to the natural mind. That kind of tenacity is unusual. That level of endurance is impressive. And the cosmos, or the divine, drives the energy of purpose. They've all noted that you're entering a season in which the same things that used to test you will now testify in your favor. Those who questioned you will see your ascent. Those who sought to break you will realize how indestructible you actually are. Most importantly, the version of you who previously doubted their abilities will now stand tall in indisputable success. You're not the same person anymore. The fire purified you, the pressure shaped you, and the waiting prepared you for what is about to happen. Don't be shocked if blessings start to arrive quickly. You've earned them. But most importantly, you were selected for them. You were selected for this timeline. For this reason, with this level of favor, you are not average. You are irreplaceable. You are not arbitrary. You are a planned creation with a purpose that was safeguarded even throughout your worst times. Every tear, every moment of uncertainty, every restless night, everything happened for a purpose. That explanation is now being revealed in the shape of harvest. Victory is not simply ahead. It's already begun. You will notice it in an unexpected way. You will notice it in the clarity of your ideas. You'll notice it when doors start opening without force. You'll notice it when people start saying your name in rooms you've never been. This is the change you've been hoping for. This is the moment that verifies everything you suspected was coming. The good thing is that this is just the beginning. There are benefits that bear your name and are currently being unleashed. You've been waiting for answers for years, and they're finally coming. Let us promote faith, hope, and love, bringing light not just into our own lives, but also to those who need it the most. Your donation provides a source of inspiration and healing for many individuals. Stay grounded, thankful, and open. Do not restrict how this wind develops. Some victories will come softly. Some will arrive noisily. Some will resemble tranquility. Others will resemble promotion. Some may even resemble redirection. But they are all part of the divine unfolding that was always intended for you. You are in the midst of a divine orchestration. The seeming delays were really alignments. What seemed to be diversions were really heavenly redirections. You were not wasting time. You were being concealed at the appropriate moment. You were put through more than simply a test of patience. You were challenged on your faith, dedication to your goal, and character. This is why your triumph is so genuine. That is why what is coming cannot be prevented. You did not cheat your way here. You did not alter the result. You did not sell out. You did not betray your integrity. That is why what is to come is so abundantly fortunate. And whatsoever God blesses, nobody can curse what the divine has approved. No force is capable of blocking. This season is not about survival. It's about celebrating. You are no longer simply making it through. You are going to flourish. You are about to expand. You are going to overflow. The weight is being lifted. The strain is easing into calm. The perplexity is transforming into clarity. The battle is turning into a testament. You are soon to be surrounded with evidence of your perseverance. Can you sense it even now? That sensation of supernatural movement in the air, that silent affirmation in your spirit that I'm around. Trust it. Trust it. Even if you can't see every detail yet, the same power that carried you through the storm is now directing you into the limelight. You did not miss your opportunity. You did not lose the window. You didn't sabotage your destiny. It is still yours. It has always been yours. You are poised on the verge of realized promise, with no voice of doubt. No prior failure, no current setback can undo what has been planned for your life. The transition is spiritual. First, the outcomes will be natural. Watch how things begin to align. Watch how everything that previously bewildered you will suddenly make sense. Watch how easily you can move in regions where you previously labored. You've passed the exams. The gates are now opening. More to come, and it is more than what you have asked for. The chosen one. Understand this fully. Not everyone could have survived what you did, but you accomplished more than that. You changed. You did not just walk through the flames. You emerged with the fire within of you. You were being shaped. The trials were not punishments. These were preparations. They weren't impediments. They were instruments that helped you grow into the unstoppable powerhouse you are now. Everything had a purpose. Everything increased your sharpness, awareness, and preparedness. You didn't just pass exams. You developed into the kind of person who no longer dread the next one. That's why you may walk with confidence today. You may enter the rooms that previously frightened you. You may now speak with authority where you previously mumbled in uncertainty. You can go with confidence anywhere you desire. I second-guessed everything. This is your transformational period. The individual who previously questioned if they would make it is now the one who motivates others to succeed. And you didn't get here by chance. This version of yourself was created, honed, and anointed through opposition. People may look at you today and simply see the outward glow, fresh winds, and open doors. However, they were not there for the conflicts that took place behind closed doors. They didn't witness the lonely evenings, spiritual conflict, self-doubt, or unspoken tears. But heaven did. The divine documented every moment the world captured, every act of bravery you demonstrated while no one was seeing. That is why your prize is sacrosanct. This isn't just for you. It communicates to others that fidelity is never forgotten. This triumph is not loud for everyone, but it will be for you. It will reverberate in the peace around your choice, just as it will reflect in the way you no longer fear when circumstances change abruptly. You have evolved spiritually. You're no longer yearning for clarification, because you now realize that heavenly direction does not always come with detailed instructions. It comes from being in tune with one's inner understanding and being calm in the midst of turmoil. And that tranquility is now your power. Everything you previously dreaded has succumbed to your fortitude. The exact things that attempted to shatter you are now revealing the route you were always intended to take. You are entering a season in which things will operate by flow rather than force. People will provide assistance without being asked. Ideas will arise without being pursued. Connections will develop without misunderstanding. Opportunities will occur in the absence of competition, because you have linked with your spiritual mission, and the frequency of your life is now matching the favor bestowed upon it. Do not second-guess this moment. Don't question if it's too wonderful to be true. It is not. It is exactly what you were expecting. Your agony spoke to you in the quiet. Just hang on for a little longer. You did. And now the cosmos is answering. You passed the test of patience. You passed the test of character. You successfully passed the identification test. And now it is time to inherit what belongs to the polished version of yourself. You are going to realize yourself in a manner you have never done before. The wins are not just physical. These are spiritual confirmations. They serve as reminders that your belief was not in vain, that your surrender was not a mistake, that your faith in the unseen realms was not squandered, and that your heart, which continued to love despite betrayal and pain, was not a weakness. It was a gateway, a conduit to power, healing, and plenty. The chosen one. This is where the cycles end. This is where generational trends cease for you. This is where want, fear, and scarcity disappear, since your presence now alters atmospheres. You bear the weight of spiritual power and the brightness of divine connection. You are no longer asking to be seated at the table. You're becoming the table. You aren't hoping someone will choose you. You recognized you were selected from the start, even if others couldn't see it. Even if you forgot it for a while, your fate was assured. This is why you kept getting back up. Not because you had unlimited strength, but because the force that chose you had already determined they would triumph. And now you are experiencing the manifestation of that quiet, divine choice. You're no longer pursuing what you already have. You're walking into it. This win is not only symbolic, it is structural. It affects your life, relationships, money, creative city, choices, and peace. You'll notice how items that used to overwhelm you now seem little from the new height you're walking at. It is not pride. It's about perspective. You have grown. You have ascended. You've gone beyond what you sought to contain. And there is no turning back now. Be prepared to get confirmations, unexpected emails, phone conversations, new alliances, financial surprises, emotional clarity, and spiritual downloads. This is a wave. The wave that transports everything your spirit is planned for. This is not a coincidence. This is teamwork. The cosmos is syncing with a version of you who refused to perish in the wilderness, drown in the storm, or settle in the waiting. You have momentum now. The winds are in your favor. You're no longer pushing alone. The power of purpose is pressing beside you. You are no longer praying blindly. You are getting what you used to beg for in tears. You are no longer hoping with dread. You believe boldly. You're no longer in a holding pattern. The runway is clear. The elevation is set. It is time to rise. Without apologies, without hesitation, and without delay. You passed every exam. The chosen one. Everything is beginning to make sense now, because you are finally seeing life from the perspective you were always supposed to have. The fog is cleared. The fog is lifting, and the truth is so obvious that you can no longer deny it. You were picked to win, yet the winning does not begin today. It's already begun. It is occurring now in real time, and no power can undo what has been divinely decreed in your favor. When you were in the midst of your exam, it didn't seem like you were going to win. In fact, there were times when it seemed like the total opposite. You questioned everything. You questioned your progress. You worried if you were doing anything wrong, since the agony was so intense and the pressure so overwhelming. But what you didn't realize at the time was that the pressure was never intended to crush you. It was intended to crown you. And here you are, stronger, smarter, and more in touch with your destiny. The weight you carried has changed. What was once a burden is now your breakthrough. What was previously opposition is now showing your resilience. You did not break. As a result, you're on track to set new marks. You're going to go farther, higher, and deeper than your previous self imagined. You are not strolling into ordinary success. You are walking into divine supremacy. This explains why things couldn't happen sooner. This is why some folks had to leave. This is why you were secluded, safe, and insulated. The exams were not penalties. They were amazing filters. God was removing distractions, severing links, and eliminating everything that wasn't equipped to take you where you wanted to go. You were being updated both inside and outside, and the new version of you required room, stillness, silence. As a result, it may grow stronger without intervention from outside sources. The calm seasons were not empty. They were sacrosanct. That's where your bravery was restored. That's where your spiritual perception became sharper. That's where your discernment was enhanced. You have to learn to trust your inner voice above the cacophony around you. You had to acknowledge your inner force and grow acquainted with the divine as it guided your every move. And now you have. You've passed the test of patience, stillness, and self-mastery. Nothing can halt the current upward trend. Your name is being heard in high places. Doors you thought were eternally closed are swinging open. Not by happenstance, but because this is your season. Things that were previously delayed are suddenly coming with miraculous speed. Do not second-guess it. Do not doubt your preparedness. You completed the assignment in quiet. Allow the rewards to speak loudly. Allow the favor to announce you. Allow the blessings. Introduce yourself to realms you have not yet inhabited. This season is no longer about trying. It is about receiving. Your efforts have already been amplified. What's coming isn't merely for your convenience. It is for your call. You are going to influence, inspire, and raise people just by living your truth. The healed version of yourself is magnetic. Your vitality is no longer constrained by the past. Your frequency has soared beyond fear, doubt, and survival. You're not walking while floating on elegance. There will be moments of astonishment, encounters that move your spirit, unexpected possibilities that seem like heavenly fantasies, and each of them will validate what the message already says. You made it. You did not fold. You did not withdraw. You did not betray your objective. And as a result, you are being recognized. The cosmos is recognizing your perseverance. The supernatural is rewarding your sincerity. You remain loyal. Now, favor will find you wherever you go. Let this sink in. The energy that previously sought to kill you. Now bow to the power you've become. Those who question you will have no option but to witness your rise. The same areas in which you formerly faltered have transformed into extraordinary powers. You are evidence that the quiet seasons are not wasted. That agony isn't the end. Divine timing always triumphs. Your life is going to become an example of heavenly magnificence. You do not need to battle anymore. The war is over. The exams are now behind you. It is about harvesting, receiving, and living in the abundance of answered prayers and promises. You've already paid the price via tears, time, and tribulations. Now it's time for you to enjoy the benefits of your efforts. And this time, you will reap abundantly. Not in need, in comfort, in struggle, in delight, or in anxiety. Every stride forwards will seem lighter. Every link will seem clearer. Every action will seem divinely inspired. That is because you are now in alignment. You are no longer responding. You are creating. You are not pursuing. You are appealing. Your energy has become a magnet for miracles because you have linked your soul with your truth. And the reality is plain. You are triumphant, selected, and favored. This is not the time to explain yourself. Allow the change to speak. Let your tranquility be the proof. Let your light be the solution. Let your consistency make the statement. What's coming is obvious, gorgeous, and unexpected. It will quiet every critic, reward every seed, and fulfill every promise that has ever been delayed. You passed the exam and now spend your life as the selected one.